Welcome to Grow and Give, a modern victory garden project from Colorado State University Extension. We're here to help you learn to grow food for yourself, your family, your neighbors, and your community. Share the harvest. Keep it local.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about the different options for mulching in your vegetable garden. Mulch has a lot of different benefits, and it can definitely help provide reduced irrigation needs and reduced weeds in your garden. It can help your plant keep your plant roots cooler. There are a lot of different reasons to put a mulch in your garden, and there are a lot of different mulches that you can choose. In the next couple of slides, we'll go into some of those options. You have a lot of different choices when you're looking at what mulches to put in a vegetable garden. You can put something like a straw or leaves from your garden. You can put it down dried grass clippings. You can put in plastic mulches. All of these different mulches have different benefits and different side effects, but they all do approximately the same thing of reducing weeds and helping benefit to grow the plants that you truly want to grow in your garden. Straw is one of those options that if you can find a good source of a weed-free straw or an organic straw, that's probably going to be one of your very lowest input options. You can do something like a hay, but hay has seeds in it, grass seeds in it, and so you're very likely going to have to then continually remove those seedlings as they come up, which is one reason that we don't strongly recommend using something like a hay. But if it's your best source of a mulch, then it might be worth trying if you don't mind pulling those little grass seedlings as they come up. You can also use leaves. Typically, this is something that's more commonly seen in a fall garden if you're trying to overwinter something like a root crop, but leaves can act as a mulch, especially provided that you don't have any disease pressures on those leaves. Dried grass clippings are one of the more common options for putting down as a mulch on your vegetable garden. Sometimes you can put a newspaper layer right on top of the soil surface and thinly layer your grass on top of that newspaper layer. It's important to let the grass dry out in between applications. A thick mat of grass can create a fairly stinky, slimy mess and isn't really desirable when you're working in a garden. So making sure that it dries out. The other thing to ensure when you're working with grass is that you haven't treated your lawn with any particular pesticides or herbicides, because some of those can be persistent in the grass itself and so might cause problems for your plant growth overall. If you're concerned, then you can definitely read the label on the pesticides that you're using, and it should tell you what the longevity of the pesticide is, or you can definitely contact your local extension office and get more detailed information. Finally, you can use something like a plastic mulch. Plastic mulches come in a variety of colors. You can get clear plastic or black plastic. There are some colorful plastics or even reflective plastics that serve different purposes. Most commonly, you'll see black or clear plastics. Clear plastics actually help warm the soil really, really quickly in the spring, whereas black plastics help just kind of keep everything uniform. All types of plastics are going to warm the soil quite substantially, and you will have to cut holes for your plants to grow through. So they're not always the best choice for something like a lettuce crop. They're really good for something like the tomato or a pepper plant where you've got one distinct plant. You might notice that there's a few things that aren't on here, like a rock mulch or a wood chip mulch. These are problematic for vegetable gardens when we're working the soil and changing things out as frequently as we are. And so they're not generally recommended for use in a vegetable garden. When you are planning to plant your garden, you can also use your plants themselves as kind of a living mulch. You can plant your plants in blocks rather than in rows. This is beneficial for a number of different reasons. It can help shade the roots and keep the soils cooler. It reduces water loss because there's no bare soil to evaporate. You also get the added benefit of all of those plants are plants that you want and you're wanting to harvest, and so you get larger yields. And because those plants are shading out the weeds, you don't have to go in and weed quite as much. So there's a lot of different benefits to planting in a block or planting with kind of that that living mulch of the plant itself that you're looking for. Thank you so much for listening today, and if you do have further questions, you can definitely contact your local CSU Extension office.